Rachel Holt for NESN.com, here with Mike Silver, TV analyst for NFL Network. Mike, thanks for joining us.
It's so great to be here, and I'm going to try to soldier on as we make video magic.
I'm noticing the voice, and I do have to thank you for your time because you hosted a Super Bowl kickoff party last night, and there were some big names there.
Well, I heard Tony Romo was there. He never actually came up and paid his respect, so we're going to have a little conversation. But yeah, Demaryius Thomas was there. As I walked in, Hall of Famer Jonathan Ogden was kind of hanging on me, which is like having a mountain on your back. And a lot of our NFL Network colleagues. And then Rams coach Sean McVay, that was very exciting to see him. I'm excited to see what he's going to do in LA. Thomas Dimitroff, the Falcons general manager, also making it out as he prepares for, the biggest game of his life.
None of those guys ever came to one of my parties, so you certainly know how to do things here.
I feel like if you hosted a party, it would probably draw better, but this may be a conversation for another time.
Well, we give you credit for being here and giving us your time. Now, let's talk football. Of course, there's celebrities and all that going on, but the big game coming up.
Yeah, we are here for a game,
We're here for, I guess so. With all the parties and everything, you kind of lose sight of that. But, hey, on Sunday, who are you expecting to take this one?
Well, listen, I worried going into the Steeler game that the Patriots were real vulnerable, and one of my theories was they really lacked a signature win. They had lost to Seattle, who's very good. They'd beaten the Steelers without Ben, but I'm like, really, who is the powerhouse team that they've beaten? Well, then they annihilated the Steelers, so I'd say they have the signature win. And look, I feel like we know how Tom Brady's going to play. We know how they're going to play. They're going to play at an exceptionally high level that is very, very hard to beat. If the Falcons can play the kind of game they played in each of the last two playoff games that I've seen, I think they have a chance then. And I see it as a super even game, a lot like 2 years ago that, could come down, maybe not to the 1 yard line, but to the very end. I also see a scenario where the Falcons just aren't able to match the previous performances. And if that happens, I just feel I'd be shocked if the Patriots don't move the ball, score a bunch of points, and find a way to make it hard on defense.
Okay, well, we are hoping for a good game at least, and this Falcons offense, they're going to be tough to beat either way. Devonta Freeman, you wrote an article about this guy, how he's had an incredible past 2 seasons, and he wants to get paid this offseason. Does he deserve some big bucks?
Well, listen, deserve is all relative, but, people wondered why he and his agent, Kristen Campbell, were speaking up at the time they did, but honestly, as you know, in journalism, sometimes you just ask the questions and get answers, and obviously it's something that they'd given some thought to. Running backs are the most vulnerable people in our game. They don't tend to get, long career spans or many big contracts. So when you can get one, I think you need to strike. He's a guy who is a 4th-round pick, so he's playing on a rookie deal that is relatively inexpensive. And so, actually at my party, not only was Thomas Dimitroff, the Falcons general manager, there, but Kristen Campbell, Devontae's agent, was there, and I introduced them face-to-face for the first time, and they actually had a nice conversation.
News, okay.
So I feel a little more optimistic after last night that they will get something done.
Well, he might have to owe you a thank you for that.
Commission, what would commission be? Well, I'll tell you what, at least Kristen Campbell came and found me at the party. Tony Romo, I don't know what's up with you, man. Not even coming up to, say hello.
Tony Romo, you're in trouble, man.
Trouble.
Mike, you're on the network all week long. Where can we find you next?
Well, I have some stuff on the website that I'll pimp. I have a big story on Alex Mack, who I've known since he was at college. The best signing in free agency, a center who has really helped that offense go. I'm writing another thing looking back on the Julio Jones trade that helped build this Falcons team, and a conversation between Thomas Dimitroff and Bill Belichick that morning that was pretty interesting that I got Thomas kind of expanding on. And 13 years ago, I covered this game for Sports Illustrated, and they had me do an annotated look back at that game story from Super Bowl 38. That's on their website, and it's a lot of fun. There's some backstory. I reveal that the lead to my story is at the victory party, and Tom Brady's kind of besieged, and someone hands him a gin and tonic, and he's very grateful. I was that someone.
Stop
it turns out. He had that look in his eye. he just needed a drink. I knew what he liked, so I went with the Tanqueray. And, I kind of saw in that moment how he was transcending from football star to, megastar. And obviously that has not abated in any way.
Tony Romo at your parties, handing Tom Brady drinks. You know how to do it right, man. Work hard, play hard, enjoy the week.
Rachel, it's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. And I will be there Sunday on game day morning, somewhere on that show, and I hope to sound a little better by then.